What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pressed for Time. I am Tyler. I am joined finally once again by Benny, who has been gone. He has been voicing terrible villains. He has been creatively directing things behind the scenes. He's been making music. He's been raising children. He's been attending to his wife, and he's been working his day job. He's not been around, but he made time for us tonight. Benny, thank you for being here, as always, my friend.
I don't know what you're talking about with children. It's one child.
One child.
One and done, bro. But thanks.
And coming back, our regular guest, the most handsome man in any room he steps into, Veerender is here. He is here to talk Switch 2 and specifically Canadian pricing for the Switch 2 because our friend Veerender is Canadian.
Thank you very much for having me again.
Dude, it's awesome having you. Anytime I can sit down and talk to you, and now talk to you and Benny, it's the highlight of the week. So I am thrilled to be here as much as everybody else. We were talking offline for a little while, so we got most of our pleasantries and hanging out of the way. And now we're going to jump straight into the Switch. Jesus Christ, what a clusterfuck.
Woohoo!
I mean,
Mamma mia.
Jesus, guys, like, what are we doing anymore? What's happening?
I mean, they have to blend in with the chaos that is this world. Like, if nothing's going to make sense, Nintendo's got to go all in.
I guess, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know you guys are feeling it. I mean, everybody's feeling it. Everybody's having a hard time. The rollout has not gone smoothly at all. But I feel like you guys are getting a little more of it than we are up there, Veerender. Tell me how you guys are dealing with this, and what are your thoughts?
Canadian gamers hate America, which is like even more so because we were supposed to have pre-orders on the 9th, and then what was surprising was Nintendo specifically said, we're not doing Canadian pre-orders because of America's tariffs. And I've never seen Nintendo be that direct about a situation like that.
Especially with pricing. You know,
Yes.
they're always once the price is out, you have it, but like the behind closed doors decisions that go into those pricings, they are way less transparent than any other company is. You know, Microsoft is always talking about supporting the cloud. Sony's always talking about, hey, we're putting in X, Y, and Z into the console. Nintendo is always kind of just like, the price is the price, bitch. Buy it if you want. You know what I mean? So it was very weird to have them come out and be like, listen, guys, this one's not on us.
Yeah, I remember like the Nintendo Treehouse stuff. People were just like, drop the price, Nintendo. And it's like, y'all are focusing on kind of the wrong person in a sense, but then also Nintendo announced around that time that our Canadian subscriptions PlayStation announced, Sony announced that their subscription stuff is going up all for Canada's subscriptions for all the PlayStation Network stuff. Every tier only on the Canadian side is going up. And then Sony also had announced that PS5s are increasing in prices.
Which is wild.
In UK and New Zealand.
That's wild, man. You're not getting a price decrease on a console. It's a price increase on a console that's been out for years.
They didn't give us any reasons for that. And I got the email for the subscription one, like many other people who have it but like they didn't give a reason, so it was so wild that Nintendo actually gave a reason that it's like, no, we have to delay the pre-orders because of the tariff specifically. And people were already having like a lot of discourse about like Mario Kart World Tour being $80 in US, and I'm like, that's just like Tears of the Kingdom was $100 here. Like it doesn't, it's not a different issue with us. It's just like, like Animal Crossing was $90, which is like $100 anyways. I never bought it, I could,
Yeah.
and that was like early. That was start of pandemic too. I didn't buy it, but I thought it was interesting because like the Mario Kart World Tour, they said like $79.99 MSRP, but then it had 3 pluses next to it.
Yes.
So we could
Yeah,
like
all the asterisks.
like I've never seen that many before.
I mean,
It could be more.
Yeah,
we collective have not ever lived through this much uncertainty
yeah.
in every facet of life. Like, we've had different things that caused uncertainty in certain areas, but this specifically, having it just be everywhere and just the economy in fucking shambles, trying to figure all this out. Everyone's like, I guess, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Something will happen.
Yeah, and then people did check the Japanese region locked price for the console and then compared it with the US price. So it was about like 150 difference
Yeah.
of that. So then it's like,
Well, because
yeah.
they're like, hey, we're not going to punish the folks. We're not going to punish Japanese people living in Japan
yeah,
for all the other bullshit. So the specifically Japanese model is cheaper, which good on them. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not going to complain about it. It sucks for us. Well, not us. I'm not buying one, but it sucks for the people that are buying one.
Yeah. So I also last week went. So pre-orders were a shit show here. Pre-orders were a shit show everywhere.
Yeah, I
except
mean,
UK. UK was chill.
Ever since the introduction of scalping, it feels like pre-ordering anything's gotten exponentially harder.
Yeah, I know, because the thing with Canada's issue with that is that America has so many more options to pre-order. Because you folks have Target, Sam Eggs or New Eggs or whatever,
Yeah.
and like you have more than enough. But like we only had Costco, which people didn't know until like maybe an hour into the pre-orders launched, and then we had Walmart, and neither were ideal. And then Best Buy and GameStop, they were doing pre-orders on the day at like noon, and I was like, fuck, I need this. So I stay up all night playing Kazan.
Yep.
It's like 6:30. I'm like, wait, what if I just like go to GameStop?
Yeah, I saw your post. Standing
line.
out in front of a brick and mortar, waiting to get a shot at it.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people showed up.
Oh yeah,
which is wild. But it was kind of like an intuition of that, because like nobody knew that this was going to be a thing, that everybody was going to go physically. People were just like, you know what? Like, why not?
Yeah.
And that was kind of interesting in a sense, that everybody was just like, yeah, why not just go physically? And yeah, so then the issue is GameStop we're doing the pre-orders at noon, but GameStop opens at 11. So by the time you try to do the online pre-order at noon, there's no way you're going to get one. So then I just was there for 4 hours and
right.
I got it confirmed. So like for us, our deposit was 300 Canadian. And they're pretty good about how they did it, because about half an hour before they let people inside, about an hour almost, they started going through the line and listing what people wanted, what they want to order accessory wise, what specific games people wanted to order. And I was just there for the Mario Kart bundle, and then I'll figure stuff out later. Like that was my main thing. And then it was easy in and out. I was the first one in line anyways. It took like 5 minutes. And then GameStop is very like, so I can't lose the receipt or I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And they don't email. I'm like, oh, can you email? They're like, we don't do that. And I'm like, okay, well, sure. Now I have to tape it on my screen or computer or something. But so I paid $300 and it's gonna be like 400 plus more.
Yeah, because what, 700 Canadian if you get the bundle?
Yeah,
which is cheaper than buying the system in the game, so you might as well do the bundle.
The console itself is 629. Right? Yeah, 629. And then with Mario Kart, it's $699, and then that equals like $780 or
Right.
something.
Wow.
Because Canada prices just be like that.
Yeah, man.
I wasn't surprised about the pricing at all. Everybody else was like shocked. Like I knew it was gonna be like, I'm like, this is easy, fucking 600-700 on our end, and everyone was like, no, no way. And then, yeah. I mean that was obvious for us, but I think Mario Kart is like $108 or something. So the bundle is the best way to go for that.
Yeah.
The pricing is very varied for a lot of the games. Well, the launch games specifically.
And that's weird.
Yeah.
Like to have it be varied.
I think like Bravely Default is the cheapest one. I think that's like 40 or 50, but everything else is like much more. Discounting the upgrade version.
Right.
Yeah.
That's another fiasco.
Yeah. It feels like they're just nickel and diming everybody to death with the Switch 2. Like more so than ever before. They've always been kind of,
I
we're
think
going
they're
to get
at
our
a
money
point
where we
where
get
like,
it,
yeah,
but we can.
We'll see what we can get.
Right.
Yeah.
If people buy it, they can do it. That's the problem.
Are either of you gonna get it in the first year?
Benny got his pre-order locked and loaded.
I have an 8-year-old that his birthday is this Friday, and that's all he asked for. So
That's amazing.
I could have the excuse to say that it's not mine, but it's going to be mine.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. When
I mean, we have two of almost every console in the house, but like,
yeah,
the Switch was his first console, so I was like, you know what? When I was his age, you know, I wanted that stuff and I got it, so I'm going to do the same. I mean, it was rough because I got it from Target, but it was like 45 minutes of refreshing the page repeatedly.
Oh shit! Okay, but I'm surprised because a lot of people are getting it in America through the Best Buy wait in line thing. I heard that worked out for
so a buddy of mine actually managed to get his through Best Buy without waiting in line. He went in and got to the web page and went in and was able to alter like the HTML of the site to allow the add to cart button to go from grayed out to blue. And he was able to add it to cart and check out and get his confirmation all by fucking with the website.
Nintendo's gonna kill him.
They're coming for him. But his order went through. Best Buy was like, yeah, no, great. That works.
Godspeed.
Yeah. I know. I think everybody I know that wanted one got one. Everybody was successful in getting a pre-order. I haven't seen anybody say like, hey, I missed out. So that's great. There's nothing that I want. There's nothing that sold me on buying one day one. That would be a really expensive new decoration for my bedroom. Like,
yeah, but then you won't have one until like fall
and that's
or
fine.
Winter. But
Donkey Kong, I think you learned from PSVR 2, right? Tyler?
Yeah, I did. I really did.
We both learned hard with that one.
Yeah, got one right away, was super excited and played a couple games that were great. And then it was like, I just don't.
I wish I had that because like I always get emails for new games on there and I'm like, I don't have one. I would love to cover these, but I don't have one. There's like,
it gets tiresome, to be honest with you. Like, you can only do so much VR at a time. At least that's how I am. Like, I can only play for so long, and then it's like, man, I don't want to do this again. And then so many of the games, it's just a different coat of paint on the same core experience. And it's like, once you've done one, you've done them all. I feel like VR is great, and I still have a Quest. I can still play, but like the PSVR, having to get it out, plug it into the PlayStation, have the cord running across my bedroom where my PlayStation's set up. It's like, I got to make sure the dogs are put away so they're not tripping over the cord. Got to make sure my kids aren't coming in the room. Like, for my lifestyle, I cannot play enough VR to make it really worth it.
Right.
Same. Pretty much. Yeah. But, I mean, I remember the last time I played it, we played together. Yeah. And I got motion sickness. I said, all right, I'm done. Goodbye.
Yeah. So I will not be picking up a Switch 2 until maybe the Duskbloods, if it looks better than it sounds, because the trailer had me sold. I was so excited. I was like, Bloodborne 2, I'm in, I'm day one. and then it was like PvPvE multiplayer experience, and then I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Especially after your Elden Ring,
the Night Rain
beta, right?
stuff was just not good. That's not what
You
I
didn't like Night Rain?
I didn't, man. I don't like battle royales like at all, or battle royale style stuff. Really, I was just kind of like,
I thought you liked Fortnite.
Yeah, fuck off. Maybe it would be better if I could play with two friends. Like if I get into a party and actually play instead of just playing with randoms on PlayStation Network with no mics. It's like this is infinitely more frustrating than if it had just been like a single player experience, which would have been cool. Not to yuck anybody's yums. If you really love Night Rain, that's great. I hope it's really successful. I have no vendetta against it. It just is not what I seek out in a Souls game. So finding out Duskbloods is going to be potentially another flavor of that same shit. It kind of took the wind out of my sails.
What made me frustrated with other people talking about that not being their thing, none of those people are playing Kazan.
Right.
And I'm just like
it's right here for you.
Yeah. There it is.
There's another one that I actually just got the PR for the other day that I want to talk about because the trailer was amazing. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Okay.
From let's see, 505 is publishing it.
Sure.
It's from Chinese developer Linzi. It's going to come out on July 24th.
Okay.
It also looks like kind of like a Sekiro clone.
Well, that's right up your alley.
Yeah. It looks from the trailer very good. But yeah, it looks really good. Looks, like I said, very Sekiro light style of combat and gameplay. So I'm very excited. It looks good.
Sweet.
I guess the other thing was also on Friday, I got to try the Switch 2.
Yes. I saw your video on Blue Sky.
Yeah. I actually because I've never been to a preview console event like that. So I kind of fucked up because I thought they were going to kick me out at a specific time. But no, they weren't. But I only found out that after. So there were some games I kind of rushed played a bit. So I was like, oh fuck. I didn't even know until way after. But I also met it was great. Nintendo Canada doing that, and it was just a phenomenal experience in general. So everybody got to play Mario Kart World Tour as the first one, and then everybody got to a month ago I didn't give a shit about that game. I didn't care at all. I was like, who cares? I loved the one on a Wii. I put so many hours into that one. Never got a Wii U. Never got the one for Switch. Played it at friend's house sometimes. Didn't really care much. And then this one, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, holy shit. It's absolutely gorgeous. So many characters. Every there's just a seamless transition throughout all of the world. There's no...
It's true open world.
Yeah, and it's just grinding on rails and it's great. The UI is pretty bad in the sense of because they're separating characters and costumes and slots, so then it's just a lot of scrolling. But 24-player Mario Kart is just hectic and wonderful, and it works amazing. I'm just so shocked, and they really dug deep on a lot of the playable characters around this time as well. The cow's playable, and that was a big get for people. The crab and other characters like that. And then we get to do Knockout Tour right after that, which I think it's an all new mode, but it's basically there's 24 players, and then you want to be able to get into a specific place until last one survives.
Yeah.
And it is so much fun. It's great. Like, it's wonderful and cool. There's so many new items this time around as well. And I'm not sure if the PR was like correct on this or not. The PR over there was correct on it or not. But I asked them like, "Oh, are all these characters available at the start?" And they're like, "Yeah, they are." So that and the carts might just all be unlocked at the start. So that's
That'd be
like,
cool.
yeah. But I'm unsure of that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
It looks gorgeous, like from the trailers and stuff. So I want to know what's Game Freak's excuse for why Pokemon looks like it's running on a fucking potato.
Yo, that ZA looks so. I feel like I have such big hesitations on that.
Brother, it looks like a 3DS game. Like, explain to me.
It's not a 2DS game?
Yeah, explain to me why this is what it is.
Oh.
And then you have Xenoblade that has
Right.
Oh, yeah.
crazy world.
I mean, just gorgeous.
Because they have like 6 years to work on that shit, and then.
Well, the excuse is always, oh, the hardware can't do. Like, clearly not. So, and ZA has clearly been built up for the Switch too. Like we've known that the entire time. So you still can't say it's the hardware. Like, these are choices you're making. You are choosing to make it look this bad.
Yeah, I actually liked how Arceus looked a lot. I thought Arceus was like wonderful and great, but that's because the scope was like much more limited, and they went for the Monster Hunter Rise
and
route.
It was unique. Yeah, they made it look like its own thing. Like, it was very distinct from your standard games.
Yeah. I think Scarlet and Violet was a hot mess express.
Horrible.
That was a huge downgrade, just mechanically, gameplay. I can't go back to catching one Pokemon per minute. It just
no. And the legendary bicycles were terrible. The other legendaries were weak. Like,
right, yeah.
How did we go from like Zapdos and freaking Moltres to weird electric motorcycles?
I did like a lot. I like how they implemented it doing an open world, and I kind of like broke the game anyways. So, and they had two DLCs after that, and I didn't play either of the DLCs, but they looked very interesting and cool.
I want to say I played one of them, maybe.
I like that Ogre Pawn, the one that wears different masks.
Yes.
I think that Pokemon's super cool.
Yeah.
Which was one of the DLC ones. Yeah, like it's ZA has me hesitant because it's a smaller scale, but also I want to be dying. I want to be scared for my life in that game.
Right.
Because that's how I was in Arceus. I was like drowning, I had Snorlax coming to kill me. I had like all these Paris trying to like stab me and slash me to death, and they did. I want to be scared when I'm playing a Pokemon game.
I want From Software to make the next Pokemon.
Yeah.
Fight Charizard in a massive arena. It's flying down from the sky, dropping.
I just hear the music.
Fire
already.
blasts on you. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Benny, are you big into
tearing you up.
Pokemon as well, or
I am quite the opposite, unfortunately.
Right. Okay.
Well, for me, fortunate because my wallet thanks me.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially seeing what my wife deals with at Target with Pokemon cards and those people.
Yeah. And it just gets worse with every new set. Anyway, I know like the next set is like the Rocket set, and that's just like
people are already losing their minds.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous game. I mean, I already am dangerous with toys. I think I'm good on cards.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Pokemon toys too.
You shut your mouth.
There's stuffies,
plushies,
Funkos.
Listen, I got enough Five Nights at Freddy's plushies in this house.
Right.
And
that new game's coming out. That new game for Five Nights Freddy's is coming. Well, you should know.
Oh yeah, the good old Mimic.
Yeah.
I bet you his son has it like on a calendar somewhere every day. He's marking it off. Or one day closer.
He's not.
He's kind of fallen out of favor with it.
He's like laser focused on Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. Like,
dude,
he's trying to beat it now himself, and I mean, he's dedicated, but he is a diehard mascot horror fan now. Like, he finds games that I'm like, what the hell are you playing? He's like, oh, this one's another like mascot. Like, he finds them all. He's playing right here on my PC, and I'm like, great.
He probably if he hasn't played a Bendy and the Ink Machine. I feel like
I reviewed the second one, but he knows the characters. But this other one he's playing now is called Joyville. It's like another indie dev, and he breaks the game now. He purposely goes and breaks it. He's like, oh look, I'm above the ladder now, and now the enemy's walking right past. I'm like, how old are you again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, my kids are hooked on Limbo right now.
Ooh,
yeah. So I've had an Xbox Series X that just sits in my bedroom and basically collects dust.
Yeah.
So I finally moved it out to the living room and gave it to my kids basically, and I pay for Game Pass.
Yeah.
So families share that to the kids, and now they've just taken off and they're playing all kinds of stuff. But Limbo is one of the big ones. They absolutely adore it. You know what else they adored? The Minecraft movie. I took them to see that yesterday.
Did you get chicken jockeyed?
There was on the screen the chicken jockey, not the theater was relatively.
The theater behaved.
Yeah, the theater was quiet. It was 11 a.m. on a Sunday in southern Louisiana. It was not packed. But dude, they adored it. They thought it was amazing. I thought it was creatively bankrupt, and I hated everything that it represents. But they had a blast, and that's all I really care about. So I reviewed it. I gave it a review on Letterboxd, if anybody knows what that is, and I give it 1 star, but a heart. That's like, it was. I mean, it was objectively horrible, but my children want to watch it 17 more times. We came out of the theater and they're running around in like the outdoor pavilion area in front of the theater, throwing blocks and imagining they're building all this stuff and tearing stuff down and fighting creepers and all that. So it was like
mission accomplished.
1000%. Yeah, it did what it was supposed to for them.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be
me,
like some Lego movie.
I was like,
subversion.
Jack Black seems like he recorded it all at home. Like he did all of his acting on his own and then just sent a video file and they superimposed him into the film.
You should find the bootleg version. That's exactly what it looks like.
Really?
Some people they showed that one in some theaters.
That would be cool.
It's pretty much unfinished. It's all like green screen and unfinished CGI.
Yeah.
Steel.
Yeah, it just seems.
I mean, I literally seen it twice now, and I fell asleep both times.
You saw it twice?
My son wanted to see it twice, and I fell asleep
you really do
both
hate
times.
yourself. Well,
I really love my son.
Right? Yeah, I was like, no.
Again, I got to sleep, so I mean, I slept at different points. So between the two, I saw.
You got a full
one
viewing.
time. Yeah.
Nice.
I heard like a good critique of it because like nobody our age is gonna like.
It's not for our generation, and
and
this is that point in our lives where we say, "Oh, we're adults." Like this is the real point because we don't.
I don't know.
I want to get it, but I don't get it.
I feel like there is a fine line to walk between let kids enjoy things for their generation and being like you can also demand better for your children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
My dog.
My parents didn't demand better for me.
Yeah, my dog likes to go outside and eat shit. I'm not going to bring a plate of shit in to feed my dog. Like, you know what I mean? Just because they like it doesn't necessarily mean that's great. Look at like The Lion King. That's a children's movie.
The Lion King's a plate of shit?
No, that's what I'm saying. The opposite. Lion King is a children's movie that holds up in perpetuity. Like it's an incredible movie on its own.
Snow White did so bad at the box office, and then they halted every live action film.
They should. And the problem is bigots are blaming Rachel for it and being like DEI casting and woke and blah, blah, blah. Like, you're all idiots. It sucks because it sucks. You don't need live action Snow White.
Every review was like, she's the only like good thing in the film, and then she
Yeah.
has to bounce off fucking Gal Gadot, who
Yep.
cannot act, of
No.
course.
Yikes.
Yeah. I also like one critique that I heard was for the Minecraft film was like the two main girl characters, they just push them to the side completely, like what midway through almost, and then they don't come back until like way later at the end, right? And I think like there's an interesting conversation there because like a lot of young girls play Minecraft and like
so it kind of felt like a forced answer to the Bechdel test. They were like, "Hey, we need to make sure that the women get to do their own thing," and then through doing that, kind of forgot about them for a third of the movie.
And then they come back later with like, "Oh, we built this."
Yeah, it's not as egregious as that sounds, I guess, because it's not. It really isn't a third of the movie. I would say it's probably
I think it's Jack Black
20 minutes.
The spotlight. That's it. The movie's centered around him.
So
let's be honest.
I think the biggest complaint is the two groups split off. The camera follows what the men go do.
Right.
Yeah. Doesn't then cut back and really show you what the girls are doing until like a little smash cut later. It shows you a little bit, and then they rejoin the group. So
it's disconnected.
It feels disconnected, but it just feels like bad filmmaking, not intentional misogyny, if that makes sense.
Right. I mean, intentional or not.
Oh, absolutely. Bad, wrong.
It's just like you.
Can we just blame Jack Black, please? Because
honestly, after he got mad about that fucking, he's just there for the checks now.
That's
1,000%.
Yep. Yeah. Think about what that movie would have been if the original guy that they picked, which was from that Staten Island vampire TV show. I don't remember the name of that show, the Shadows or something.
What we do in the Shadows?
One of those guys was supposed to be that role, but he was too busy. Yeah,
I think
that's really funny. There's I wonder if it was Matt Berry, which would have been ridiculous. But Matt Berry has a cameo at the end of the movie. He voices over one of the villagers, and it was the best part of the entire movie.
The one that gets hit by the car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't remember which one Matt Berry is. Is that the one with the long hair?
I mean, they all have
short hair. He's like, we're here in New York City.
Yeah, it's like the one that's the closest looking to Jack Black as far as like
beard
or are you saying
white people
the guy that plays Guillermo?
No, I think it's the other guy. I think
it'd be Matt Berry.
Because it was a scheduling conflict. They wanted him, but he was filming something else. But like, just think about what that movie would have been like without Jack Black. It wouldn't have been that. Like
being Jack Black on coke. He was just talking 3 miles a minute.
But I mean, think about the fact of the popularity of Lava Chicken, right? I mean, that's what he does. He writes these little quirky little songs and get in people's heads.
Oh yeah.
And he knows. So that's I think that's a big part of the movie, where I even tolerated Momoa more than him. Because I related more to Momoa.
Doing something different than what he normally does. He was playing against his own type, which is cool and interesting.
Right. But I also thought like a lot of the 80s movies we grew up with, where you have like this 80s dude, you know what I mean? That's like lost in the generation type thing. But once they're together, I'm just like, it's nauseating.
Again, I say creatively bankrupt. Is Jack Black playing Jack Black? Is Jack Black doing the cheap 99-cent wannabe teenage?
And Jack Black just cut him off. Jack Black said, "Flint and steel." I mean, you can't get any better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about being punished.
I was talking so bad. Yeah, they kicked me out.
Yeah.
Jack Black was like, "Flint and steel."
Right? Yeah, I digress. It was disappointing.
But our kids are happy, and that's really what matters.
Okay.
Hey, I always look at it as my parents let me watch Beavis and Butthead at that age.
I feel like there's more cultural value to Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead says more than the Minecraft movie did.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. All right. Thanks, parents.
Right? Yeah, your parents
Back
did
in.
all right.
Well, we know what they let me watch, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of inappropriate stuff, but that's another show for another day.
All right. Veerender, I know you've got other commitments.
No, it's
this
all
evening.
good.
You
No,
got stuff to do.
No, it's all good. I had because I want to talk about some of the games I got to play after Mario Kart Tour.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So I got to finally play Metroid Prime 4. It exists. Okay. It's a game.
Right.
Is it a launch title? I didn't know if it was actually a launch title.
No, it's a year. Because it's they're doing it for Switch and Switch 2.
Yeah, and that looks beautiful too.
It's a game that exists. I played it. That was the one I was kind of rushing a bit in the sense of like because I thought time wise, but no, it looks gorgeous. I liked getting to one of the puzzles you have to like aim to like shoot different like sigils. So like I can just like it's very accuracy wise. So I just like shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, 4, and then I'd still like just play it like that. But then those sections I like it was very good. Lock on was great. I was just like very surprised. Like it's interesting to finally see a game that had to like be redeveloped because like the last time was like Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. That was like 2006, 2007 because that was a Wii launch title. Maybe even earlier than 2000, probably 2005 or whatever. And it's like kind of awe-inspiring for them to do that. And then I got to play Donkey Kong, and that game is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
You can break everything. And it just, there's so many collectibles and so many cool things you can do. I know they don't have like a launch Mario, but this is going to like...
Yeah, I was hoping for Odyssey too.
Yeah, because we haven't had a 3D Mario since Odyssey. And I think doing this Donkey Kong reimagining, it's incredibly great. There's so many different...
felt kind of rare though. Like it felt like it had Rare's bones laid throughout when I was watching the trailers and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I was excited to see that be not Mario this time.
Yeah, it's gonna have a lot of collectibles. So if you were into getting those moon pieces from Odyssey, the banana stuff here, and there's artifacts as well to collect. It's so cool. It's like really like I'm playing it. I'm like, this would not have worked out on Switch 1. It just could not with what it's going for, especially because like breaking certain environments or finding collectibles and like keeping the destruction present. I'm just like, yeah, this just would not have worked on Switch 2. His design is great. It's gorgeous. I love playing that. I played Street Fighter. It's Street Fighter. It's the first 2 years, so you get like a bunch of characters. That's a launch title as well. Civilization was there. I was like, no, I don't want to play this shit. So I didn't go to that. Dragon Drive was one of my most anticipated ones, which was the one where you get to play basketball in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And it uses the controllers by like laying them like a mouse and like using it like that and like lifting the hand up and then shooting, and like it was all pretty exact and great. I feel like that's the most innovative launch title they have. We did like a 3-on-3 multiplayer thing. It was pretty good. Like there was no issues. You can also do tricks with the ball. So if you're holding it, you hold your arm up and then you can just like do that and it spins the ball faster. You can do call outs, wave, and I thought that was like the most promising game in the sense of like indie developers are going to do a lot of cool stuff with the double mouses, and it is very refreshing in that sense. I played Kirby, which was the upgrade. I never played that Kirby Forgotten Land before, but it looked gorgeous. I played it for a few minutes. I was like, yeah, I need to play this. I played Hades. Hades
Nice.
runs. Hades felt like it was more completed there because like it's been. I think it's still in early access, but it felt more completed there. Yeah, I think it might be still in early access.
2?
Yeah.
2. Okay.
2. Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if it came out
properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's might still be early.
Feel
access.
like it's. I don't know. I'll find out.
Yeah.
I have a computer in
Because
front of me.
traditionally, if it's early access, it's only. I don't know if it's on consoles. I would think it's beyond that then.
Yeah.
Because it might be on console like other consoles.
Nope,
I did have a
still early
question of
access.
as far as the mouse.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
Yep.
With the
still in
mice,
early
do they have like
access.
a mouse pad that you're doing, or are you doing that like on a table?
You
'Cause I'm
on
just
the
thinking
table?
about the controllers getting scratched.
No, so you just make sure you don't like touch the where the ZLR where it would be on the thing, but no, it's all good. I saw there was a promotional picture where somebody like a girl, like a woman was doing it on her like pants and it looked fine there too. Like I think the promotional image came out yesterday or today, but like just doing it on her pants and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So but they really recommend like a flat surface sort of thing for those types of games. But like Metroid, you don't really. You're still holding just two separate, and they're just like aiming here. But Dragon Drive was very like you know, put the straps on and actually do that. But your arms do get tired, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of ingenuity there with like WarioWare or like indie games. I know the Pokemon Ranger games where you like draw circles to catch Pokemon. That's kind of like the hope for a lot of players to like finally have something where you can actually do it and do it so well.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. Like I was kind of blown away with a lot of the. So I would say Metroid and Metroid's coming out on Switch as well. But like I guess Donkey Kong Bonanza was like the only in Mario Kart World Tour, but Donkey Kong Bonanza, I think that game's gonna get just rave reviews. It doesn't come out until like a month later, so I think it's like end of July. So then it'll be interesting to see what people end up buying on launch with what the list is. And also the GameCube the GameCube stuff is on launch as well. Wind Waker and so I think like they have a good starting lineup of just being like all these games that are going to be multi-plat. Elden Ring is coming on there, so Split Fiction as well. So a lot of like cross-platform stuff. They were like, you just need one copy of this game and anybody can play with it as well online. I think there's a lot of promise happening. We just need like more dates for some stuff like Metroid, but I think Mario Kart's a good holdout until the end of time, and then Donkey Kong is 1 month after. Bravely Default having a remaster is kind of incredible because like that game hasn't been remastered. But I think Nintendo's doing like a lot of solid stuff in general. It was very cool getting to be at the Canadian version of that, and yeah, I hope of like Benny and I will be playing stuff together. But
I just wish that my Piranha Plant camera was a 480p.
Oh my god, yeah, because people were like, "Yo, this is so great," and then like a week later, it was announced it was 480p.
I was really laughing my ass off during the event that Discord or at Nintendo being like, "Hey, we made Discord but worse, and we're gonna tout it like it's the biggest breakthrough in history." Like, guys,
it was like 13 frames per second.
Yeah, come on now.
Which
and they
you
spent
gotta
like 20 minutes showing it to us.
Yeah,
guys, we know how party chat works. We've been doing it since the 360.
I think they're just really proud
playing Uno with the Xbox 360 camera hooked up. Like, we know how this works, guys.
Yeah,
with the good old Kinect. Rest in peace.
Honestly, yeah.
Ahead of its time.
No, it does look good. Like I said, there's just nothing there for me that's like, hey, you have to own this immediately.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hold off until there's something that really demands my attention, which I'm holding out hope that Duskbloods will be that, but I'm just.
It's like 2026, probably like mid 2026.
Yeah, I would say probably sometime around summer.
Yeah, I'd say like by the time you get it, Donkey Kong is like the first must for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I'm excited for it, but yeah, it's not a strong launch window. There's too much
it's
like rehash. There's a lot of rehash.
I'd have bought it day one if they had an HD remaster of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess bundled together.
That was
or if they decided to bring real Zelda back at some point.
Yeah.
You know that's not going to happen.
You know, you can just play Breath of the Wild again. And...
I could.
You mean ever? You mean ever? He's never really played it.
Oh,
no, Breath of the Wild I beat. Remember, I finished Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I put down pretty quickly. I was like, this is just more Breath of the Wild again. I didn't like it enough the first time to do it again.
Oh man. Oh well. Well, yeah. We're suckers. We're gonna buy it, and eventually you will. So it's okay.
Yep.
I mean, you have 3 kids. You're gonna have to buy it eventually.
Well, right now they're all content with their regular Switches, so none of them are old enough to care about the newness yet.
Right.
And now they've got the Xbox taking their attention. So I think I'm probably safe for a while.
Right.
My kids are like the grandparents that don't know what they're asking for. When they go into GameStop, they're just like, oh, Switch is a Switch, is a Switch, is a Switch. Yep.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah. My
kids' list just gets worse every year. I'm like, oh, this looks like I wrote it.
Yeah.
He's like, I want the $70 Poppy Playtime plush, the $40 Poppy Playtime plush.
True.
I want the variant that's available at Walmart. I want the exclusive pop.
Does he want the PJ Pugapillar, the long one? Yeah, my kid's got that one.
Well, he's got the small one. He's got the small one.
My kid's got
I didn't get the big one yet.
The crazy one. Yeah, the crazy long one.
Look, we can go into that tangent, but like I am a big catnap, and he's got the monster catnap.
Yeah,
the one with the bendable legs and everything. It's like that's one of the coolest plushes. If you're gonna spend money, it's something different.
You have to send me. You have to send me like a link to that or something. My son would shit himself. Catnap is like his favorite.
Well, Xander's favorite is Dog Day. Funny enough, and he's got him with the he's like crucified.
Yeah,
he's got the plush. He puts it on his chest.
They put him up like fucking Wolverine.
He's got the belts and the toy comes with the belts and everything.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is horrible.
Yeah,
but spoiler, well, not really, but I told him that I happen to know the voice actor of Dog Day, so now he's just like, oh my god, and he might have a cameo coming for his birthday. So
nice,
cool.
nice.
All right, guys. Well, thank you once again, Benny. Glad that you were able to make it in today. Veerender, thank you for coming as always and sharing all of your knowledge about the Switch games, because you're the only one I know that's played them. You're the only person I know that has gone hands-on with any of this stuff.
Because we weren't invited for sure. So,
damn.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we saw how limited.
In America, it was like 2 places, but they weren't even like the highest population.
I know one was LA, and I have a friend that lives in Boston, and she flew to LA.
God. That's time zone differences.
Oh yeah, flew to LA to attend the event, and then flew back home.
Oh.
But
I know the other one was in New York.
The Switch 2 controller, the mouse variant, will work on fishnets. And she was like, wow. I put it on my leg to see if it would work, and it worked. So it was uninterrupted.
Damn. Okay. That's sort of reporting you can't always get.
I know. That's the important knowledge.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. Once again, thank you so much. I'm sure we will be back to talk Switch post-launch. Yes. If we do not connect before then. You guys have anything else for this evening? As always, I will link Veerender's socials. You should follow him. If you are looking to hire somebody to do freelance work for you, hire Veerender. If you need someone to do guides work for you, hire Veerender. He will do it, and it will be better than whoever you've hired in the past. unless that person was Veerender, then it'll probably be about the same.
Well, then he'll have to double down.
Exactly.
Honestly.
We'll have to get better and better each time.
Yeah.
But no, we'll have all your stuff linked as always, man.
Right.
And if there's anything else, lay it out there for me.
Yeah, thank you very much for letting me on again, especially to talk about the Switch 2 play sessions. It was going all weekend in general. It was like the Friday was like press-ish people, media, and then the other days were just anybody can show, families and stuff. There were a lot of kids there too, and a lot of families going in together. So it was like just a good experience for them to get a chance to try these games, and even if they weren't be able to get them in the next 2 months, it's still like just a big thing for any company to do, and Nintendo's very like big on family friendly stuff like that.
Yeah, if
Awesome.
if they'd done something in New Orleans, I probably would have taken my kids to go mess around and see it. So I get it. Benny, you got anything for us?
Go watch The Toxic Avenger 2. It's the greatest movie ever.
Greatest movie ever. Stop.
I'm kidding. It's completely irrelevant here, but I am so proud of the fact that I love this movie near and dear to my heart. And I was honored to interview the Toxic Avenger himself.
Wow.
And the same day that my episode was revealed, Troma decided to make a press release that I was not aware of, that they are reigniting these old movies that have not been talked about for 36 years.
Wow.
So I want to say, talk about willing it to existence.
Yeah.
And I am just like beside myself because, again, there's everybody like this, somebody in the world that likes one thing. You know what I mean? It could be the worst movie in the world, but if it impacted somebody, and to see that, is something that made me very happy. So yeah, Toxic Avenger 2. That's all.
Fantastic. And on that note, Benny, normally I have to say it. You get to say it today.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be with you. And just remember, everybody, take care and have fun.
See you guys.